It means a lot to our business because we've been focused on this task for 30 years, if you like, and some of my employees almost 20 years, focusing on how to manage and measure water better in the environment, particularly how plants respond to the environment. So it's recognition of our hard work amongst our peers in this regional environment where we really developed the ideas originally.
And in terms of your niche market growth internationally, this sort of recognition is important.
Oh, very important. We've actually, through our endeavours, created the niche, if you like, and of course now it's a recognition. When we have an office, for example, in Jordan, it's very critical to people in Jordan, for example, who don't, in the Middle East, who don't know you, but it qualifies us in their eyes as someone of substance that they can do business with and buy instruments from, because it's so difficult to determine from the internet who is who, but this gives you a formal qualification from your own society.
What is so innovative about what you do?
Well, what we're really doing is we understand very well from observations over the years of working in the fields, in my case particularly cotton fields, how plants respond to the environment. How do they respond to temperature, high temperature, how do they respond to drought? And then, so what's innovative is we've applied that intellectual property, that experience we've gained from years and years of getting around fields, farmers' fields, sorghum fields, cotton fields. We've applied that in a digital sense with instrumentation, which means we now have a tangible form of our IP that we can export to the world.
So it's essentially scientists making precision instrumentation and logistical processes for scientists around the world.
Correct. Our customers are typically the leading scientists from universities and federal science agencies, the equivalent of CSIRO in every country of the world. So they're buying our innovation, and they're also working with us as peers to give us their thoughts and their ideas to help us innovate and bring further product to them so they can measure and monitor their environment, particularly the ecophysiology and the behaviour of plants in their environment.
Now you're exporting to, as you said, the Middle East. Your equipment is being used in the Arctic Circle, the Amazon. Would it be easier to be somewhere like Sydney compared to northern inland New South Wales?
No, not at all, because you're not here, you're not living in the environment, you're not feeling the effects of the environment, you're not observing the plants all the time, even in your own landscape. The resources are all here because you bring them with the NBN and the high-speed internet. So it's intellectual property. You export using FedEx, you bring the ideas on the NBN, you travel widely around the world. I've been in more than 50 countries, and many of them many times. So, no, Sydney is not the right environment. You simply don't have to be in those urban megapolises to innovate and export to the world.
I thought tonight was fantastic to have so many innovative businesses in the room all together. It's great for these businesses to network. We've met businesses that we've might have seen 10 or 20 years ago, and here we are today sitting in the room together. So it's great. It's good recognition, and as far as regional Australia goes, we need to start. Well, this award is all about recognising businesses who are out there, really backing themselves and therefore backing regional Australia for the innovation and the innovative products and services that can be put back into our areas. It's a fantastic recognition. We embarked on this R&D program 8 years ago, and we had a vision for where we thought our product line could go, and in fact it's gone further than we ever envisaged. Because once we started, then the more collaboration you do, the more contact you have with customers, the deeper it goes, the deeper your vision, your perspective can go for where you can see instrumentation going in the future. And so in many ways, what we've done as a business is actually forecast. We forecast where scientific instrumentation will be now. We saw that 8 years ago. We said in 8 years' time we will have a digital standalone sap flow sensor and a digital standalone psychrometer, and we've achieved it today. And so this award, it's recognition to say, look, you've done it, you've achieved your mission. It's certainly not over. We have great plans for the future, for future product lines. So for our staff, for our colleagues, for the business, government business agencies who have supported us along the way, it really is, for all the team, it's a great recognition, and it's much appreciated.
You're quite a role model for other innovative and striving businesses around the region. It's important that they recognise their uniqueness or strive for uniqueness like you have achieved. What is the kind of advice you would give to them?
Look, I think if you have a business, you are doing something, well, one, you should be doing something that you love, and two, you should be doing it to perfection. And by perfection, I don't mean perfection to the nth degree, but I mean that you strive for perfection every day. You strive for best customer service. You strive for best relationship with your staff, best product. It's not about sitting back and just waiting for it to come to you. You've got to go out there and make it happen. So it's hard work, and it's commitment, and it's persistence, and it's striving for a degree of excellence. And to make it work, that's what you've really got to put into it every day.
Okay, so towards that struggle, what next for ICT? What's the future hold?
Well, look, I think the future holds for us is further development of instrumentation, developing the products that we already have into further product lines. We have products in the making that will actually transgress across a few other sciences. So we're looking forward to that progression, because that will be a progression of our R&D investment and our IP across further product lines, and even transgressing into other industries. The future holds for us really developing our staff, because we've had huge commitment from our staff, and they can see that their input into this business is appreciated, and very much so by Peter and myself. And so the future for us is continuing with R&D, taking that to the next stage. It's also enjoying working with our staff once more, and really probably at this stage of the game, with the recognition that we've received tonight, there's a very nice feeling of accomplishment. But it's not to say that you're going to sit on your laurels. It's the next challenge really that keeps you going.
Oh, I thought it was a fantastic evening, Gary, and it's been such a pleasure to be part of it for our second year. And from talking to the winner of tonight, he's really pleased and thankful for the prize that we donated tonight, and so we really look forward to being a part of his journey forward. And
hopefully your relationship with these awards in this region will continue to grow.
Oh, absolutely. We've involved ourselves with some of the chambers in the area and some of the people working in the area, so we really intend to grow the area on a continual basis, and I think we're back here again in about 4 weeks. So it'll be a big area for us, and I look forward to it.
Hopefully we'll see you continue to be involved in some respects with these awards.
We sure will.
Nathan Axelson, how successful was this awards program and this night?
I think by all tests it was extremely successful. When I walk around the room after the event and talk to the various organisations, local government representatives, state members of parliament, etc., I think it's quite evident that this is a fantastic event and something that needs to continue well into the future.
And what can we expect into the future?
Look, I'd like to see more representation from right across the region. Regional Development Australia Northern Inland represents 13 local government areas over a wide and diverse area that we have here in the Northern Inland. So I'd really like to see more representation from across the region and more integration with local Chamber of Commerce awards, so we can get the innovative winners in those towns through to our awards each year.
From what we did see, though, from the diversity and breadth of this region, very inspirational.
Yes, that's absolutely right, and it never ceases to amaze me the sort of the hidden gems that we have within our region, and I think it's really the tip of the iceberg, the 49 or 50 companies that were represented here this evening. So for next year, it'll certainly be bigger and better, and we look forward to uncovering more innovative businesses and sharing their stories.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.